Hi, welcome to Muses. I'm Michelle,
And I'm Stephanie.
and we decided to finally interact in a video to chat about our experience teaching in Thailand. Today, specifically, we wanted to share as to why we decided to do this and why we think you should do it. So you brought it up to me, and we were just graduating from college, and we didn't really have anything planned afterwards. I knew I wanted to do a master's, but not right away, and this felt like a great way to have a brand new experience, to travel, to see something new, to try something new, which was teaching as well. It just seemed something exciting and something new to do that was different from everything else.
So I basically decided to go to Thailand because my sister was encouraging me to do it. She thought I needed it. Beforehand, I never really made a decision for myself. I always thought about others, and I was always thinking like logically. After going to Thailand, it's not logical, but it's more spontaneous. So I just wanted to give myself a chance to breathe because I felt very burnt out at my time at UCI.
So one of like the major things of why we encourage other people to do it and why we did it and why we love it so much is because of the personal growth. One of the things that you really learn is basically a new way of life. The fact that you're going to a different country, us being from the United States, we're going somewhere totally different from what we're used to, that has this kind of more calm mindset and just kind of puts you into that mindset, and you learn from what they do on a daily basis, the way they treat each other, which is also really different. They're very kind people. And I think that learning that you get from it, you can implement it into your own life. And it's one of the reasons that we really encourage to do it.
You learn to trust on yourself and be on your own. Everything is new to you, all the people. So you really have to put yourself out there and be confident in yourself. You have to speak to Thai people despite the language barriers. And so you have to step out of your comfort zone to do that. And also you learn to trust your instincts because everything is new to you, all your surroundings. And also learning to appreciate like your solitude. You won't have time to yourself like that again because your family's not around, your friends not around. You have to be comfortable like going to a public place and eating on your own. And you just find yourself more, as cheesy as that may sound, you truly do.
Yeah, and definitely trusting yourself, like in the classroom, in the workplace. And with us, like some people had some experience in this kind of like teaching. We really didn't. So this was definitely like a sense of like not just learning new skills, but learning that trusting yourself and to just go for it and know that you have the right intentions to do it. And that's kind of really what matters the most. At least for me personally, I was really afraid of teaching and like being able to speak in front of all the students, and just like everything that entailed it. I never really wanted to do it. I studied French, so a lot of people would ask me if that's what I wanted to do after, and my answer was always hell no. So this gave me like that courage and like broke that fear that I can do it and I can trust myself and to actually do it. And I actually found it enjoyable at times, especially like getting to know the kids and like seeing how like what you do, what your work does impacts them. You see how like it's actually like it can be really enjoyable.
What I learned is more mindful living because beforehand, as I said before, I felt really burnt out by the time that I left. And I always had this like timeline on my life and pressures that I set on myself. And I just wanted to find security as soon as possible. That's why I said my sister encouraged me to do this, because she wanted me to take a break and take a step back. So after my 6 months in Thailand, I definitely learned to like slow down. And we had so many random life-changing events that happened during our time there that we didn't expect, and we didn't know how to handle it. But Thailand kind of showed us just take every day, day by day, and it'll all work out. And it did, honestly. So I definitely learned that. And also slower living. I don't feel so rushed to do things anymore. And now I actually want to go back and teach abroad. And I don't feel like that rush anymore to get my career started or whatever.
Besides like the personal growth benefits, obviously there are a lot of benefits to just being able to travel and make money as well. So obviously living in Thailand, you have the opportunity to travel to countries around Thailand and also inside of Thailand, which has so many different beautiful cities and places to go. You can go all the way north, Chiang Mai, or south to like islands and do island hopping. So that's all obviously a huge benefit from it.
Another benefit is the inexpensive cost of living. It depends. Your pay depends whether you have a bachelor's degree or not and on your school, but typically it's around 1,000 USD if you do have your bachelor's degree. And me and Michelle were each able to live off of like 200 or 300 if you wanted to splurge a little within our town. The cost of living is cheap, and that counts for housing and food and just even like little buys that we did here and there. it gives you an opportunity to save that other $700.
Obviously, being a teacher, you get all these skills that are nice to one if you want to put them in your resume, if you're planning to apply for a master's or something else afterwards. It gives you all these incredible skills like public speaking, management skills, learning how to manage a classroom. That takes some serious skills. Creative and critical thinking skills. And I think all of that makes this experience totally worth it as well. Like it's something that's a really big part of it that one adds to your like professional growth, and I honestly to your personal growth in the way then you later can like apply it to your own life.
So another benefit that I feel like a lot of people don't think about is that it's also like a resume builder that you taught in Thailand, because anybody can have an internship in like an office setting from a random company. But what will really stand out is your employer seeing that you lived and you worked abroad. That just shows that you know how to adapt to different surroundings, you know how to communicate effectively with different personalities and behaviors. And also working in a multilingual environment shows a lot of your skill set.
So although we like really encourage people to go and do this, we also really believe that people that go need to also be really committed to actually teaching. I feel like we saw like teachers that went just for like the benefits it gives you traveling and all of that, but they weren't necessarily putting the effort when it came to their classrooms. And I don't think that's fair. You're there to teach kids, like to teach Thai kids English, and you should be committed to actually putting in the effort. Even if you're new at this and it might not be perfect or your lesson plans might not always go as planned, just be committed to it. Put the effort in it. That's really what counts. And your co-teachers and in the same office will take note of that, and they do take note of that. That's really important because I don't think it's fair for students to get trashy teachers just because they want to travel.
Mm-hmm. Or because they're lazy. We've seen that in our own office. There's a teacher who didn't put any effort and it showed. And also, I think it's important for everyone to realize that learning English is a major benefit for Thai students. Like that can change their whole future if they know the language. So if you decide to be a teacher, you should really take into account that their futures in a way is in your hands, and you're there to guide them.
So the whole experience is definitely an adventure. Every day does not look the same.
Yeah, and every day there's always something new to explore because everything is new to you. So you could always explore like a new cafe within your province or go on a hike, and even to the provinces surrounding you, you can always explore something new. So even at school, there's always something new. There's like either an event going on or a festival that you won't find out about until the day of. So that's like the spontaneous lifestyle that we're talking about. It's very exciting, but it can also be frustrating when you spent the whole night before lesson planning. But just like we said, you just go with it. Take each day by day, and it's a lot of fun. And if you're tired of like that 9 to 5 routine, believe me, you won't get a routine in Thailand.
And then you also build a Thai community, especially if you put yourself out there and you're not stuck in your room all day. You build a Thai family, basically, which is one of the great things about going, that you always have a family in Thailand.
A way for you to build your Thai community or your Thai family is to keep going to the same places frequently. So that's how me and Michelle made one of our friends. Ben, he was our Muay Thai coach. We went to the Muay Thai gym in our province often, and we became good friends with him. And then we even hung out outside of the gym. And one time he took us to his family restaurant, and we were able to cook with his family in their kitchen and make them a Mexican dish and serve it to them and talk to them. And that was just a great experience.
We're thinking of doing a series for Thailand and like the process of the program costs and what that includes, just to give tips and kind of help out people that actually want to do it or they're interested in it, and to see how much it would cost, all the little details, and hopefully us give tips of things we wish we knew beforehand. The next video will be about the process of applying and getting your documents ready, as well as the costs that all that includes. We definitely really recommend, even though it might seem like a scary thing to do if you've never done anything like this, we think it's a great experience, just as an experience to see what's out there and for yourself, for personal growth. There's a lot to it.
Yeah, if we could do it, you can do it.
Exactly. We were terrified and we made it. We survived.
Yeah, we survived. Barely.
So we're Miss Muses, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
I don't.
They could hear you in the video.
All right, here we go. You gotta stop it.
Oh my God. Take it away, sister.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay.
Province. I can't. I'm gonna flip this thing. You're like, jump in.
Kelvin.
Why are you laughing? Huh?
I don't know. I burst out laughing and you kept going.
Because I thought you were laughing at something. You know, I deserve that. Sorry.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Took you a while. That was more awkward than the other one. And your voice cracked.